More CCL, more best of fives. We're heading into Chili Mountain against Simplicity, everybody. It's Playday number 2 in the CCL, and on our first map, Battlefield of Eternity, we got Macke on the left side on Muradin, going main tank today. Chimera on Brightwing. We got Mysticles on Thrall, Darkmog on Diva, and CPX is playing Jimmy. And Simplicity on the other side in red with Collusion on Karazim. We got Cure Imperius, Wit on Garrosh, Lutano on Greybane, and Hosty is playing Li Ming in our first game over here. So, time to shine and rock and roll. Now, both of these teams actually lost on the first Playday. Simplicity lost to the Sidestep Kings, which I guess isn't really that big of a surprise, considering that Sidestep Kings was always assumed to be one of the top 4 teams within the CCL after the draft. But especially on map number 1, Simplicity did a great job and actually won the first one. But after that, the Sidestep Kings stepped it up. And, well, when we're talking about 30k, that's a little bit, sorry, not 30k, but when we're talking about Chili Mountain, that's a little bit of a different story, because they went up against Team Oxygen and they got crushed. They didn't even win a single map, and honestly, they didn't look good in these games. They definitely looked a bit rough on the macro rotations. Now, as I said on the first Playday already, I want to emphasize this again. These teams will develop a bit more synergy as time continues, and well, they already start to do exactly that with a quick kill against Imperius here. But obviously, since all of these teams are not like naturally formed teams of people that want to play together and just like band together by themselves, but it was like drafted teams, it will take a bit of time for those teams to really get into a good rhythm, especially since in some cases you will have teams that will have to decide on a shot caller, that will have to decide on a playstyle. Oftentimes you are struggling a bit with judging, okay, where are we actually? You can of course scrim, but it's also a question of how much do the teams commit to scrimming. That was an easy thing during HGC times when you could make a full-time living just by playing the game on a high level, but that's obviously not possible anymore. So every player for themselves have to decide, hey, how much time are we willing to sacrifice here and how much do we want to play? So all of these things will play a role over the upcoming few weeks, but Chili Mountain has to step it up. That one very much so became clear after the first Playday. Now they could try to do the same thing right now, and well, that was a quick disappearing move by Jimmy, who pulled a Houdini here and just died. So it's a 1-for-1 situation right now. Now, at this point, we have a bit more of a Korean approach, I want to say, with Macke going into the stacking quest on Muradin. Talking Muradin, he has to jump out, misses the Stormbolt in this case. Trump threat for Li Ming. Karazim, very traditional build also for him here. Iron Fist and Earth Ally. Generally speaking, if you are playing with Insight on level 1 in a high-level play, you're doing it wrong. So, yeah, might get away with this shit in quick match. Not so much over here. So, traditional setup for him. We got Brightwing going in the Polymorph setup. We got the Trolling Thunder for Thrall on his level 1. Kind of want to highlight that a little bit because he could have gone into Crash Lightning. We've actually seen him just recently. Don't have it in this game, but if you're playing with a 3-man front line, which is, I mean, pretty normal, then you can rotate Thrall onto the 4-man and really try to get good stacks going. In this case, he decided against it, so we're going to see more in 1-on-1 situations, very likely. A bit more sustained for himself, so that's good. But let's see what he can actually get away with. On the Immortal, Greymane in particular is going to have a bit impact here. We have, again, with the level 4 talent for Macke, Sledgehammer, giving additional value on the Immortal too, and obviously it makes it easier to get the the baseline quest completed, which is going to make for some nice cooldown reduction and also the quick hit here. Well, that lunge didn't really do anything. But the blue team's Immortal is already down to 50% HP. Diva's at the top lane defending. And that's a halftime show that is just gone. And Macke is hopping out a lot here. Gets connected again. Brightwing has to even go for the Gladiator's Medallion here. Not a good first Immortal for them so far. And they're actually just trying to burn down the shield. So they are totally sacrificing this. Saying like, yeah, we're not going to win it, but let's at least mitigate the damage. Stop the bleeding while we can. So they're trying for that. And that is Immortal number 1 in the hands of Simplicity. As they are locking this one in. So, well, let's see what else they can do here. Right now, there's already the rotate. Oh, well, actually, talking about rotations, I was talking about Imperius, but there's a big aggressive move from Chili Mountain trying to drive a bit of a wedge between the red team and hope for maybe even a kill, which so far hasn't really panned out. Macke gets also continuously attacked, stopping the trade from kicking in either. A little bit of a move by Markenau as well and his boys to zone them out, try and take the Immortal down. Level 7 talents are there, that brings us some Calamity, and they're trying to break through the wall. If you can get the wall, that would be a good start, and indeed they do. A bit of extra damage against the fort is obviously also always welcome, so with that, we got an easy time here. Yep, so far so good. Again, early opening into the game, but already we're seeing a slight advantage for Simplicity with Skullcracker now coming in, the Ancestral Wrath also for Thrall. That's a nice throw. CPX is in trouble, in a lot of trouble actually, but gets defended. They create some space for him and he's able to walk out after Garrosh threw him in. It's actually not really all that common anymore that you see Imperius in a side laner role. Now obviously he started off as a side laner and can still be played in that position. If you play him in the side lane role, you have not only good damage on him, but you also have a second stun, second main frontliner. It gives you a lot of good CC. But in this case, it's Garrosh that's at the front. And the two of them can really combo off each other quite well in a team fight. If you flip a target in and then you have a connect of the lunge with Imperius, that's a perfect setup for Greymane and Li Ming to get the damage out. The Greymane Li Ming combo in particular is super interesting and has been for years, of course, since you can just poke the entire time, and it's two really good finishers with this. Now, it seems like Chili Mountain is already struggling a bit on the lane pressure here. Initially, the idea seemed to be to go to the top and do some damage there themselves, but with the Khazra camp taken at the bottom and Imperius decently defending the top lane against all of those heroes, they rotated down. But of course, that means that the fountain is now eliminated. Your fort is on half its HP. They are losing ground. I know it's a little bit of a weird thing to say considering that they still are a little bit ahead in experience, but on the map at least, when we're talking about structure and when we're talking about rotations, it's getting a bit tricky. And that's the one thing I'm worried about. I criticized it on Playday number 1, and I'm already feeling that Chili Mountain might not have solved those mistakes completely yet. It's a bit too early to tell, but again, I have a little bit of a queasy feeling here in my stomach when I'm looking at this, and it's not because I ate sushi today. So, halftime show. They're coming in for that, and at least for now, at least a slight advantage for Simplicity. But level 10 is going to be the big one. And they're trying to take the caps right now. With Lutano already bursting the wave down, they're still defending over here. And they're getting more damage in as we speak, with Li Ming just poking. Lutano could commit, they go for Thrall, and the War Chief gets saved by Brightwing. But they get all zoned out from the objective, and that's an easy move for Simplicity. They come in, they take the kill, and that is another objective for them. Level 10, that's a 7-sided strike, so a good Garrosh move could be a kill. Honestly, Garrosh throwing a target into the backline right now, and then a 7-sided setup, together with potential follow-ups from Li Ming and Greymane, that will equal a kill pretty much every single time. Unless you have Thrall coming in with the perfect Sundering, interrupting the play, or maybe Brightwing with already a pre-move right there. But either way, it's going to be tough. So now move topside as they're starting to go straight in for another quick kills. Ooh, that 7-side didn't really do a whole lot. Would have been way better over here. But there's the Sundering interrupting the play. As mentioned, in comes the kill against Garrosh. Yes, the fort is down, but Garrosh is also fallen. They're still hoping for another kill. But they can't... Well, actually, they might be able to get it after all. Hugh gets isolated and gets taken down. Yeah, nicely done. Double kill for Chili Mountain. That's a bit more like it. Now, they paid a price for it. They're losing some parts of the wall and maybe even some hit points down at the bottom fort. Either way, structural advantage goes to Simplicity right now. So, bit of an uphill battle, but still fine. Imperius has 14,000, nearly 15,000 damage by now. We also have nearly 14k for Thrall. 3 kills to 1 gives him at least the lead in kills here. But, well, time will tell if they can actually turn this one around. Now, the bottom camp is given up. Red team move topside, goes for this instead. Bottom of the map, Jimmy's doing his thing with Exterminator. And I like the move for the fountain. I really like this a lot. Whenever you have a chance to take a fountain down for free, do it. It's one of the best things that you can actually do. Just jump in, take it down, make sure that your opponent is losing self-sustain on that lane. Always a win. Now, Brightwing using the global topside, trying to catch the experience for the team, as she should. So that's exactly what they're going to be waiting for. And yeah, Darkwood is now moving in as well. Just like creating a little bit of space for the team so that they can easily move away from this. Since the Garrosh flank was already set up. I mean, he's already starting to move in. And whenever he gets one of those flanks, that's exactly what's going to happen here. Try to get the, again, isolate the target, allow maybe a 7-sided strike, and if not, then at least Li Ming and Greymane to go for it. So with the next objective coming up, there's no fountain anymore. So the only fountain that's really available to the team in blue is the one in the middle. That's what they have. Whereas for the red team, we still have the fountain at the top fort that they can rely on. And that is quite a bit. And there's a double camp actually now pushing. And as long as they defend the camp and make sure that the Chimera on the left side cannot take it down for free, that's going to be a big win there. So Brightwing will probably need a bit of help. And I think D.Va is going to rotate topside to help out with that. And yes, that's exactly what we're seeing. But it should be a lead onto the Immortal for the red team one way or another. Simply because they have the better position now in the middle of the map. Greymane is going to be much faster taking the bot lane down. Brightwing jumped in already, helping out here, but D.Va is still busy at the top, and there's a lot to deal with. The level 13 talent is ready for simplicity as well. Greymane has dealt with the bot lane, so now that Jimmy appears at the bot lane and they have him on the map on vision, they can easily make that move now. Bullet, and Muck is nearly down. Sundering had to be used too. They still get damage in against the Immortal. That's a lot of stuff they just baited out. They just baited out Avatar and Sundering using relatively low cooldowns. Only Li Ming and Greymane. So that's a huge advantage for them right now for this fight. That's actually big. That's really, really big. Those two ults will not be back anytime soon. And once that Li Ming and Greymane are ready, they can go for the fight. And all they got to do now is tap the fountain, pre-tap a little bit, and then go straight in for the battle. And, well, that is going to spell a lot of trouble for Chili Mountain. They are already nearly down on the halftime show, and if they lose the hero here, that will be a disaster. So they are backing off before anything else happens. Yeah, halftime show is taken, but you're not going to get those cooldowns back. I mean, look at Muradin. 40 seconds? Well, no fucking way he's going to do anything there. So they are forced into the same defensive play that they had to execute earlier. They just try to burn the hit points down, reduce the damage a little bit, and that's it. There's another 45% Immortal Shield that is now popping in for simplicity. This time the bot lane is going to be the target. And slowly but steadily, the red team is taking a lead in this game. With the level 13 talents, they now have the Li Ming synergy with the level 7 and the level 13. So Illusionist came now in. Sixth Sense is in too. And it's party time. Nice! The double connect! Maki needs some help and Brightwing is willing to assist. Greymane is moving in too. It's a 5 versus 5. Look how they're pushing this back already. The attempt at a lockdown though, and they get the kill! They get the kill! Nice! That was great! Not even Corona can lock someone down as nicely as they just did here. That was a beautiful connect with Garrosh and then also some body blocking. That was kind of sexy. D.Va goes down though, so that's a problem. It was great as long as it was a 5 versus 4, but now with them losing the side laner, it's a 4 versus 4 situation, and that means that Simplicity doesn't have to back off, they can still push, and that trillates, turns into another kill. Oh my god, this looked like a good defense initially, but now they lost the wall at the bottom, and they are even poking against the keep a little bit. Oh, what the? Oh my god, what the fuck? Not like this, baby! What just happened? Look at this, insta-kill! They're getting a keep! They're getting a freaking keep here! Imperius came in with a double connect and then the big kill. Now we have 5 kills to 4, 16 against 14, and a 12-minute keep right here. Holy hell! Wow. That... ouch. That just turned the game. I mean, let's face it. The initial kill against Garrosh really looked like they might have a solid defense set up that allows them to maybe not save the fort, but save any kind of damage towards the wall or the keep. Then they lose D.Va, and it's already like, now it's a 4 versus 4, but it still felt okay, the keep is fine, and all of a sudden everything just goes to shit, and they lose one hero after another. They lose Muradin, and then it's the double kill right there. Now we got the 5 to 4 kill lead, level ahead, talent ahead, next objective spawning. Chili Mountain is playing a solid setup here. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I honestly expected Chili Mountain to play a bit stronger than they did here. I don't know what your opinion is on this, but now they are really suffering here in game number 1. Obviously, this is the best of 5 series. But, well, time will tell what we're gonna get here. Yeah, with all of that, we have now Jimmy getting a 16-2, so Pain in Red is gonna allow him a little bit more survivability, so there's another big one. But let's see what they can do here. They need to win an objective. I mean, there's no doubting that. With the keep gone at the bottom of the map and top wall gone, if you lose... They're again not ready. They're not ready for this. At the bottom of the map, Brightwing is here. The team goes for a free halftime show. That's a freebie right there. Simplicity is just quicker in the positions where they have to be, and they're making the plays right now. And again, Simplicity and Chili Mountain both lost on Playday number 1. Both of them lost their first match. But right now, Simplicity is just looking a little bit better here. They made some really good moves. They have a lot of CC, and they have a lot of burst damage that they can use to follow up on that and try and get the kill here. And their rotations onto the objective are just a bit smoother, a little bit crisper. And it's a lot cleaner than what we're seeing from Chili Mountain now. So, with the blue team setting up slowly around their Immortal in an attempt to defend, they should know that they have to face the music eventually and really force a fight here. They can't just trade as they did on the past 2 Immortals. That's not possible for them anymore. They're too far behind. Time is also working against them, but there's again the red team trying to make the play here. 7-sided, trying to create some space. Maka is jumping in. They get the kill on Garrosh. Can they save Maka? Yes, they can. Alright, that's more like it. Right here. That's a bit more like it right now. 5 versus 4. Maybe now they can make some plays. Dark Mog, careful. He's gonna lose the mech, but we have Maka being ready once again for the assist. Uh-oh, talking about Maka being ready, maybe he's not as ready as I thought he'd be. It might be that Hosty just saved him, honestly. Nice connect against Mystic Lee's Thrall, well done. Hosty, damn, calm down. Combo after combo, big hits here. But yeah, his level 10 was a bit of a problem. I think Maka might have fallen if he didn't push him out there. Idea was, of course, not to push him away. It was more so to push him back in. But the halftime show is long over, and it seems like this is going to be another win. 4 versus 5 or no 4 versus 5. Everybody is low, and Li Ming is just murdering them. Absolutely murdering them. I mean, one globe or orb after another hits, and it is just getting nuts. Also, this is getting problematic. I mean, the catapults are focusing in the middle in a second, but guys, they're gonna lose some core damage. There's nobody on the core. That's 4 catapults. It's way too much. 16 minutes in. Yes, it's early, but still. At least the minion wave comes through and it's gonna save their ass, I suppose, but they're gonna lose some. There it is. Muritin, talk about losing things. Muritin is dead as well. 81% on the core. 3 catapults still up. They are getting crushed here. They're getting absolutely crushed. 61%. And they're not even waiting for the Immortal. With Meriton gone and the core this low, with Garrosh in there, Greymane and Karazim in the lineup, why wouldn't you go for the core right away? Of course you're gonna core this shit. They're coming in, and that is game. That's immediately game. Game number 1 taken by Simplicity. They take the lead in the best of 5 series here at the CCL Playday 2. They come in, drop the core, Battlefield of Eternity goes to the red team. Nicely done, GG. Game number 2, Simplicity with the lead. So, Chili Mountain down 1 game as we're heading into Infernal Shrines, our second map in this series. On the left, Maka with Imperius, CPX on Chromie. Yay! Shut up. Mystic Lees on Diva, and we have Chimera on Stukov with Dartmog on Leoric. On the right side of the map, Killusion on Brightwing, we got Wit on Johanna, Lutano on Maef, Cure on Zeratul, damn, that is getting aggressive quickly, and we got Hosty on Sylvanas. So, let's go, game number 2 in the best of 5. Now this time we got Hold Your Ground on level 1, trying to play around the shield cooldown a little bit more with the Iron Skin. We got also the Time Walker's Pursuit for Chromie. And at the same time here, the Overwhelming Affliction right there. With Chromie already waddling around in the background a little bit. And off we go. I can't help myself. Every single time I see Chromie, I have to think about the midget bit of Bill Burr. Does anybody know the midget bit of Bill Burr? When he like talks about midgets and what's wrong with midgets? That's a chair, that's a table, you're a midget. That's a strong word. You guys know that one? That one was awesome. Bill Burr still my favorite comedian, up there with Chappelle, Ricky Gervais, and some others. But yeah, he is absolutely fucking fantastic. That bit was gold. Now, either way, as this game goes on, we still have the situation that Macke... Oh, actually, Zeratul? Macke is still playing the main tank here, this time with Imperius. It's kind of weird to see him in that spot. I mean, again, he is really the guy that normally plays the damage dealer, and he's the one that brought Mephisto into the meta in Europe. He's the one that oftentimes comes just in with the agile damage dealers, and now we're finding him in the main tank position and just reliably. He seems like a bit of a waste of talent if you ask me, but I guess it's what it is. Now, Zeratul is also heading into a cleave start. I'm actually curious to see what Cure is going to do, because Cure always has been one of the more open players when it comes to meta changes, and he's been playing with the European players for quite a while, has also played 1 or 2 games on the European server to play with Hazo and the boys. So we might actually see him go into a more European auto attack style build, instead of going for this VP setup that we have most of the time from the North Americans. Now the kill already against Chili Mountain over here. By the way, as I talk also about the different regions, I guess I have to point it out in this game again. I don't think I've talked about it in the series, but obviously all of these games are played out on the North American server. NA Central to be specific. So all the European players and Korean players that you will see in the CCL always, no matter what game you watch, are playing with the ping disadvantage. The ping disadvantage is usually between 140 and 150, which is quite significant, especially on the high level of play. But yeah, just so you guys have a bit of an idea. And, well, with him heading into the Cleave build, it kind of seems like we're going to get the Void Prison setup again. NA, as I said, plays a very different style on this than Europe has. Europe, after HTC went down, shortly after started to switch on the Zeratul build and went into a more aggressive playstyle that just plays around Might of the Nerazim and focuses more on the backline. But yeah, for now at least it seems like Q is going still old school on this one. So either way, we got on level 4 also the Unstable Poison, we got the Sins Exposed right here, so not going into the cooldown reduction. I mean, this one is fine too, but the cooldown reduction is obviously kind of neat if you want to get the extra condemns out in fights around the shrine. That's always kind of nice. We already got our level 4 talents. This time actually for Leo, the... actually talking Leo, he's actually getting attacked down here. So, yep, for Leo we have the Neil Peasant. Topside pressure also. Macke, careful. And Zeratul is still at the bottom of the map as Leo is making his way slowly in. Still again those triple frontline setups that we're seeing here with Imperius, Diva and Leoric. Imperius is of course by now, he's the main tank. Honestly, the days where... how many times do we really see Imperius in the side lane position? The last game, game number 1 between those two, I think it was the first one in like weeks where I've seen Imperius in a main tank, in a side laner spot, instead of being played as a main tank. Leo is down, taken down by Zeratul in the middle of the map as the main fight up at the top is now starting to really heat up with 2 kills against 0 in favor of Simplicity. They have the early level 7. That's a big lead for the fight here. 25 to 26 stacks thanks to the Diva explosion. That might have just brought Chili Mountain back into that Punisher fight right here. We got their level 7 now as well. Zeratul still rotating, but oh boy, are they actually giving this up? Yeah, they do. So after that last engage, they are letting it slide. Zeratul is applying pressure. Cure can't really fight Leo. Now, typically, if this was a full HP Zeratul, he would have most likely waited between the lanes and tried to slow Leo down a bit so that he loses some experience at the bottom. That didn't really happen. But you can tell how these rotations and that pressure on the lane has now resulted in quite a decent lead for Simplicity and experience, even with the wall falling over here. Bait over the wall, as usual, easier defense, making sure that Collusion also baits it in a little bit deeper. Level 10 for Chromie is already there. She's starting to cheat a little bit. King. Yeah, I think so too. But that gives us the Slowing Sands. Okay. And once that Leo is, of course, ready for the Entomb, they could always use that and combo it off with the Slowing Sands and everything else. Maybe an explosion, that would be kind of neat. But yeah, party time. Lutano, he's going to be the one forcing the fights later. And on top of that, I guess with the setup that we have here, there is also a chance that Jojo is going into the Falling Sword again. She could definitely apply a lot of pressure to their backline if they're willing to commit to that. Either way, they nearly got level 10. They really should try and get something done with it. If Blessed Shield is taken, that will be the setup. If they go Falling Sword, that's also possible. Try to attack the backline a little bit. If not, make a rotation happen on the map and maybe take a wall down. Try and put some pressure onto a fort. Like anything you do. There's the Falling Sword as expected. Are we gonna see Void Prison? I'm kind of afraid we might. They really like to isolate targets with that. Talking about isolation, we even got the disc right now. So Cure might actually play with... Nope, he goes Void Prison. Alright, he goes full NA over here. So we got the disc, we got the Void Prison. We need to make sure that they're not overlapping that too hard. But they got isolation tools. And the first thing that happens is Johanna gets eliminated. Yeah, slow and silence. That works out nicely. Chromie goes down. So, well, she's dead. That's a kill for a kill. So at least they're trading. And Stukov still needs his own talent. Again, 3 kills to 1. Level behind. I don't know, boys. Chili Mountain. Yeah. They lost 4 maps in a row now. This is map 5, so to say. If you include the first Playday, of course. So, yeah. Bottom of the map. Let's see if they can actually get something done with Zeratul now moving topside and trying, of course, for another isolation. All that AoE that he brings in with the Cleave Pill is also nice. And once that you have your Vorpal Blades and, your level 16 Void Slash, you get even more of that. It's just always the jump in, get a bit of damage out, move back out there. Good Zeratul player can just like rip you a new 1/6 days to Sunday. It's just incredible. And Zeratul is already sneaking around right here. Cure is waiting up at the top, a little bit afraid because he doesn't know where the rest of the blue team is. In this case, he wouldn't have to worry too much because 2 of them are currently on the camp. But of course, there is Stukov to consider. And if you have a Slowing Sand coming in with also Lurking Arm, can you lock down enough for someone to rotate in and drop you? Yeah, Wit a bit too fast here on the Condemn. Couldn't get the setup against Leo, but they have Sylvanas, and, well, they can still take this down. Yep, the wall is gone. Quick rotation, easy damage against the fort. Brightwing is moving out, has the blink heal. And if you think about it, every single hero here has a tool where he can escape. So Leo's Entomb is very likely not going to do jack shit until level 20. Unless he really plays around the mobility tools on the other side. So if he waits for Brightwing to jump and be in a cooldown, or Sylvana's wave not being ready, then they might be able to lock someone down, but outside of that it's going to be tough. I mean, even Jojo can jump out, as you can see here. And she is occupying 5 heroes, which means that now Simplicity has a 24 stack advantage on the objective, and Chili Mountain is way late on this fight. Now, of course, that cost them a big cooldown, but again, that's a huge lead that they have. The only thing that can really change this would be a kill. Kyo gets attacked, Chromie gets a bit of damage against him, but that's not enough. Level 13 talents are now also there. Chili Mountain is again falling behind here. The good thing is that their camp at the top did some damage, but Sylvanas dealt with it too, so Hosty is doing a decent job. And let's look at experience. Yeah, we get minion experience advantage now for Simplicity. And we have an advantage in mercenary experience as well. So, yeah, they're buying themselves a little bit more space, but this is looking bad. That fort will be wrecked. Can they get a kill too? There's the Void Prison. Alright. Cure wants to set that up together with Brightwing. Yeah, but I don't think they can. But they can isolate the backline a little bit further. And that's potential kill against Chimera. He survives, and instead we have a kill on Jojo. Yeah, Johanna down, but so is the fort. The fort has been eliminated. Cure jumps out. I don't think that D.Va is going to be in too much trouble here. He loses the mech, but still, it's fine, since we have Maka buying a bit more time and space for him. So they can defend against the Punisher. The situation is still the same, though. The fort is down. It's only a kill that they got. Still leading experience for Simplicity. And Leo and Zeratul are already up topside again, trying with the wave clear here. So, yeah, again, I'm a little bit worried. I mean, it's a bit of a weird situation for me because I want to make I would love for, you know, all the teams within the CCL to be highly competitive, and obviously that's always a bit of a pipe dream. That wasn't true in HGC, it won't be true here. There will be teams at the bottom, but right now Chili Mountain is one of the teams that is in a lot of danger of getting farmed. We have also seen 30K suffering 2 losses in matches, but given that they went at least on Playday number 1 against Granite Gaming, that's a bit understandable. And it seems like Oxygen Esports is also a lot stronger than expected here, and especially stronger than what they showed in the Icebreaker Cup. But Chili Mountain, they seem to have just a couple of issues here, and well, we'll see if they can follow up on that. I mean, again, let me know. Drop in the comments what you think about it. What do you think of Chili Mountain and their path to success here? Can they turn things around for themselves? Are they going to struggle throughout the season? Are they going to be one of the teams that are going to have a tough time moving away from the bottom spots here? Or is this just a little bit of an early season hiccup that will pass at some point? Let me know. Zeratul with the Void Slash now in 16. That's, of course, another advantage on talents. Doesn't really matter for the objective, since with half a level only missing for Chili Mountain, they will get that talent too. And yep, here's the jump. Here's the tether. Ah, but there's no follow-up. I like what Sukov is doing here, though. Good job by Chimera. Might actually lead even to a kill. Nah, get the hell out of here. Oh, the Wailing Arrow. The disc in the back. But yeah, you can actually disc the explosion, of course, too. Maybe that's what he had in mind initially. That couldn't really prevent it here. Now, 16 is a huge advantage, but they can't really capitalize on it. VP, that's a good one, actually. And they're going for Chromie. And Chromie is in trouble, and a lot of trouble in that. CPX, oh, he makes it out. Leo is dead. But again, if you want to sacrifice a hero, then it's always better to sacrifice Leo. He's going to be back quickly. He's going to respawn on points. That's going to be good for him. Here comes the next attack. They are pushing this way past the fort. I mean, the fort is already gone. Finally, we have 16 talents on both sides, but whew, it's getting rough. They're going for Make now too, and they're going for Chromie. Chromie is dead, so is Make. Ah, that is pretty much what I just talked about a second ago, isn't it? I mean, look at these kills. They're chasing them hard, and they dropped the entire fort. So 2 forts are gone, 6 kills to 2. They're locking in the kills against Chromie. They dropped Leo, they drop Imperius. Now they have an open move straight into another objective. Could lock down the Punisher here, and that would help them with more damage against the bot lane. Yeah, 12 minutes in. Probably not a keep. But even if you just open the wall, that's already a win, right? Now at the top, Zeratul is lurking around and trying to get some damage in, so that's good for him too. But yeah, things are getting rough. 31,000 damage on Sylvanas. We got 25,000 for Zeratul. I mean, Zeratul is pretty much matching the top damage dealer on the blue team side. Chili Mountain has 26k on Chromie. So she is the top damage for the team right now. But they're even waiting this out. I mean, they have 39 and they're delaying it as much as they can. They want to also make sure that on the next objective they have a good chance of getting their level 20, but even more so they are of course attempting to get this camp into a good position so that the top damage is going to be a huge problem. So that's actually kind of a neat move. If Cure can take this down and then rotate down to the bottom, that's going to be great for him. Leo will have to stay a lot longer topside now that he's attempting to help out here, but that's where the Mortar Punisher is taken. So they delay this a lot, and now they can move down to the bot lane. And if you look at the map, they timed it with every single camp that exists here. So the only camp that wasn't taken is this one. Outside of that, they took the Khazras, they're pushing through the bottom, they have it lined up with the Khazra camp, and now Zeratul is rotating back down. This at the top has a chance of maybe even dropping this. It depends on whether or not some of the minions attack the Shaman eventually. But right now, the question is always, what can you get? Attack into the backline, interrupt against Chimera. Goodbye, Stukov. Stukov is down. Chromie might be in trouble too. She's already low, and Zeratul is going to try. But that's a keep. That's a keep. And that's a 20. That might be game. That might actually be game. They have the keep, they still have the Mortar Punisher, and now they're going for it. There's the DP right against them. They isolate Imperius. He gets also pushed back in. Great job here. Big pull from IF. Another kill. Leo goes down, and that has to be game. Their level 20 talents are ready for them. And, I mean, this is another play. Straight in for Chromie. CPX might be able to get out of this one, but doesn't even matter. The tether doesn't connect here, but this core is going to get dropped and murdered. Simplicity. They are going for another win. They want to make this a quick series, and Chili Mountain now has to go for 3 wins in a row if they want to turn this around. Can they pull off a reverse sweep? That's the big question right now. Simplicity takes a 2-0 lead as we are heading into game number 3 of the series. Game number 3. Things are getting a little bit tough over here. Simplicity with a 2-0 lead against Chili Mountain as we are heading into Sky Temple. On the left side, Make on Johanna this time with Dark Mog, relying on the Space Goat. We got Mystic Lees on Greymane, Chimera on Lucio, and, well, Chromie gets played by CPX in this game. So second time with Chromie here. And they're pretty much on their last leg. They need to win 3 games in a row now if they want to win the match, but even just winning a couple of maps would help them, because they are 0-5 in the CCL right now. Definitely not a good spot to be in. Brightwing gets played by Collusion for Simplicity. We got Lutano on Genji, Hosty on Sylvanas, Wit on Tyrael, and Diva played by Cure. A bit of a fight already over the Watchtower. But times are tough for the blue team, so let's see if that comeback is possible for them, because I don't really think that they can afford to lose another series with an 0-3. I mean, again, it's not like Simplicity is the top dog in the CCL. It's not like the team is bad or anything, but there are other teams that are probably going to be more of an obstacle to overcome than Simplicity, so at least locking in a few map wins here would be kind of important. Or you're going to find yourselves very quickly at the bottom of the standings, where definitely none of the teams wants to be, especially as you're, of course, planning for the playoffs. But again, time will tell. Even on Playday 2, we'll see where they get with this. So, yeah, right now, top side, fight over the vision. Still, camps are, of course, now up on the map. And Greymane is really great for this. Chromie is helping out as much as she can, but at the end of the day, it's mostly Greymane doing the work here. Rid is playing this also quite aggressive, just trying to see what the team on the other side is doing. If they're going for the camp, there's a little bit of vision also, as Chromie can help out with that. Brightwing is here, top side, the one-on-one situation continues with Darkmore going up against Cure. And there's already pressure at the bot lane, with the Siege Giants at least a little bit. If they could burn this down, for example, they had a good chance of getting some structural damage in. Hello, wait, what? Diva? Okay, so Diva gets taken down. Cure? That shouldn't have happened. That's a good start. That's good for Chili Mountain. I was more worried about the Siege Giants at the bottom of the map, but with Diva gone, that's a different picture. Brightwing helps Tyrael out, so at least some helps there. Well, that was a good kill. And at the top side, one tower falls. And of course, on the side temple, it's all about how much damage you can do without the help of the objective. That's the most important part. Now, one team takes the camp. We had some really nice attempts to steal that away recently, and it seems like Wit is actually thinking about potentially taking it too. But yeah, he's only scouting. He's only double checking what's happening, not really making a big move or anything. A little bit more damage happening here in the middle as Chromie is trying to slowly take the wave down, but Vid is helping out with some shields too, and both of the teams are going for the Bruiser Camp, trying to line that up at the top and yeah, get things ready. And again, we have some nice combos that are possible here for the teams. Lucio is of course very reliant on his level 10 ability. Oh, but they can speed up some of the rotations like here and get a kill against Sylvanas. 2 kills to 0. Okay. Things are looking up a little bit. We should be able to take this one away. And I'm actually amazed that Lutano is still here and willing to fight this out. Now, they're trying to play this against Diva, and they can. That's a kill against Greymane, but I still call worth, since they are able to steal the camp away. So there's now 2 camps pushing for the top lane, demolishing the wall even further, and now trying to make the play for the setups here. I like it. Again, I like what we're seeing from Chili Mountain right now. They make some pretty cool moves. They have 2 kills to 1. They are taking control over the temple. So maybe map number 3 is where they're slowly starting to claw their way back into the series. It's at least a much better start than what they had in the previous games. So I guess one can hope. Simplicity, of course, they have other plans and they're retaking the position at the top. Sylvanas could also even go into the middle, but she's joining for the fight. They really want to fight this out. And Greymane! Sylvanas coming in and deciding not to jump on that wave. I mean, honestly, if he jumps in and kills them, then it's probably one of the most epic plays today. At the same time, if you jump into that and they just all turn around and beat you to death, then you look pretty silly. And 1v4 is usually not something that you attempt to do in Heroes of the Storm, even when the opponent's heroes are rather low. And all the way at the top, the fight continues. Darkmog, careful my friend. He's already hopping back out, but he's not the only one. Now, with level 7 on both sides, but a big lead for Chili Mountain in experience. He can still maybe take a slight lead here. Vision has been granted by Chromie already, making the way in. And Greymane, and especially Genji, of course, looking for kills in the backline and always poking around. Lutano is just hoping for another opportunity to get a Swift Strike reset. And just zipping through them. Not happening just now. Top 4 has nearly been destroyed, by the way. Chromie also has at level 10 available. And they are going for Lutano again. He's not the only one. They are fighting over the Watchtower too. And Wit is zoned out from the team a bit as well. Lutano Swift strikes out again. Explosion does some damage. Also zones out Greymane for just a moment. But at least Simplicity is trying to regain position here. They are soaking a few shots and they still have the fountain in the middle they can tap, which they do to re-engage into the fight. Bot lane, more or less in an equilibrium. So they are Gucci there. But yeah, much better from Chili Mountain right now than what we've seen in the previous games. So far they are ahead. And topside, again, that fort is up for grabs. Can be taken at any point. Make needs to be a bit cautious. And he pops the Iron Skin. Alright, that fight, by the way, never stops. That fight has been raging on for minutes at this point. Started at the top, translate down here, and another kill for the blue team. Another kill for them. A few more shots fired. They get the remaining 6. Well done. Good opening here. So they open up the wall in the middle, get a bit of damage against the fountain. Top side is up for the taking. And they're looking at a much better position right now. Yeah, well done here. Chili Mountain finally finding their rhythm? It seems like it. It's a 1-level lead, 2-kill advantage. You can prepare for objective number 2, which is going to spawn at the bottom of the map. The solo temple. Fort, as expected, is going to be taken. Bam, that one's down. Structural advantage for them. They're looking good. Looking much better. Bit more coordination here. I mean, let's not call it too early, but again, this at least gives you a little bit of hope for their future here. So, camps get taken on both sides. With a level advantage for Chili Mountain, they have now a huge opportunity to push through the bottom of the map. D.Va is at the top, so which means we have a 5 versus 4 at the bottom here. D.Va is trying to get the experience for the red team to get level 10 by the time that the second objective is going to be active. But now the bot lane gets, of course, completely destroyed. Because what are you going to do? Fight against level 10? Yeah, that ain't going to happen. Can't do that, especially with your opponent running a blessed shield, which means that the fountain is going to be destroyed, and we all know what that means. That means as the second objective is up, you're going to have a tough time sustaining yourself through it if your opponent plays their cards right. So there's a better position for Chili Mountain at the bottom of the map now, because they're going to be the only ones with a fountain that can either pre-tap or tap late. Oh, Brightwing going into Emerald Wind. Is that going to be old school style Genji dive bomb with Emerald Wind? Really? I mean, these days, if you play Brightwing, it's very much so the norm to go into Blink Kill to give your team enough opportunities to heal through. Now, we have some Tyrael shields that will maybe mitigate the lack of it, and a Sanctification as well. But that is a bit out of the box here. Now, back in the day, what you really did as Brightwing was like full-on meta, and you had Genji also as a first pick, first ban, pretty much in every single game. You would go for a combination where Genji would Swift Strike in, and Brightwing would at the same time jump onto him with Z, like phase shift in. And thanks to the Emerald Wind, you could drive a huge wedge between the parts of the opponent's team, isolate targets, and then take them down. So they might try to go for that style again. I mean, it's pretty much old school, but we'll see how it pans out for them. Now, for zone control, it's kind of nice. And I guess it also translates into some control over boss fights. Now, you already have a Sanctification that you can use. You got D.Va on top of that as well. But we'll see how that works out. Boss control is definitely in their hands. You got D.Va, you got Sanctification, and now you got Emerald Wind too. So they should be able to take this whenever it's up. But they're also the ones taking the position down here now. And the only one that is at least dipping in a little bit is Chimera. Maka is also looking for an opening. In comes the next attempt. Explosion is out. Bit of damage against Darkmog, but he's still able to make it out. And it seems they're giving up a lot here. But again, bot 4 down, top 4 down. The fight is still raging on. Here comes the attack. And the Dragon Blade. Oh, that's one 1 kill. Chromie is dead. The fake dragon has been eliminated. And the pressure continues thanks to Sylvanas. Yeah, Sylv is letting them push. There's another Swift Strike. There's another kill. They want to go for more. Make is low. Another Swift Strike. And Lutano is just starting to pop off here. They go for Make. They get it. Oh my fucking god. They are murdering them. Can someone please call the care police? This is not a safe space anymore. They are getting crushed. There's a couple of macro aggressions that are happening right here. What the hell? They were ahead and now they're getting destroyed again. 13 on the board already. They take the fort, they take the kills. They have 5 kills to 3. They move in against the opponent's Siege Giant camp and steal it away. And now with the help of Sylvanas, they're moving straight into the middle and drop another fort. I mean, damn. It's like, that turned quickly. It was such a good opening for Chili Mountain and now it all turned on a dime. Within seconds, we have Lutano going in for the big damage, help the rest of the team helping him to chase them down, and they are just easily crushing them, taking a fort down and looking fantastic over here. 26,000 damage now from Lutano alone, with another 21k coming in from D.Va. Bot fort down, mid fort down. They easily equalized the structural position on the map, and now we have a double temple coming up. They drew even. They easily drew even right now. So, huge problem now for... Well, maybe not a problem yet for Chili Mountain, but the lead is gone. They had an advantage, and that's now completely disappeared. So, Sylvanas is doing the same thing. They rotate towards the top fort, the last remaining one. Sylvanas starts to disable it. They get some damage in. The rest of them is moving through too. But the blue team at least reacts in time and says, hey, if you take our top fort, we're going to take the one in the middle. We're going to trade structures here. And see, they seem to be fine with it. There's a bit of a defense happening, but CPX is getting out of there. Bot lane, that's where Ural is taking control. Brightwing is at the top. And that's actually noteworthy. Sylvanas gets locked down by Chromie. Alright, Dragon Blade, they want the counter kill. Brightwing comes in, Emerald Wind immediately being used. And they're trying to go for Greyman. Genji. Yeah, that's the kill. D.Va is the one to drop him. Brightwing jumping in and helping out. Siege Giant still active at the bot lane for the blue team. Can they get more kills? Lutano, he's going to be the one looking for them, but he's low. He's incredibly low right now. Brightwing is there. Cure also in trouble with all of them. Insanely low on HP. Darkmog. I can't get this. Kill for a kill, though. Kill for a kill, but Siege Giants have done some work. And they are retaking the position on the bottom temple, which will allow them to put some damage onto the keep itself. Good for them. Sylvanas is rotating towards the top to deal with that. So let's have a bit of a look where this is headed, because now both of the teams are getting closer and closer to level 16 talents. There won't be a huge advantage for one of them. 6 kills to 4. Probably the closest game that we had so far between the teams. And there's also the camps up, but seems like Lutano might actually sniff that out. And are they going to make a play for it? Brightwing could jump in. You have Tyrael in position. D.Va is close too. They could try that. Sylvanas is starting to rotate down. They're actually going to go for it. They're going for it, yeah. They're trying it. And they are stealing it away. They stole the camp. They just stole the camp away. Yeah, again, they have the perfect zone control. They didn't even have to go for the Emerald Wind or anything. You have Emerald Wind, you have Sanctification. That's why I'm so terrified for the blue team as soon as there's going to be a boss battle. Again, what is going to happen when there's a boss? There's going to be a Sanctification on the ground, Emerald Wind shortly after that. You have even... I mean, technically, even Sylvanas is going to be great for this. All that AoE that comes out is going to be fantastic. And just look at what's happening. They're going for it, and they're saying like, well, what are you going to do? You going to fight us? Apparently, they're just like, for now, still making sure that it leashes. They're going for the fight instead. There's already D.Va with a bit of extra control. Chromie might be isolated because of it. 1 kill. Make it 2. Oh, yeah. Lucio. Well, alright. There's the second one. And the third one. Yep. Urel down, and they got another kill against Greyman. Oh, and Sylvanas goes for another one against Make. Holy ground. Yeah, blocked your way. Wow. Oh my god. Oh, I feel so bad for Chili Mountain here. They are losing so much ground. Are they losing the game here? I mean, I don't think so. Death timers are a little bit higher, but this will still be too early. But just imagine if they take the boss. Boss alone would be huge now. The keep is gone. Now the boss is open. You still have a couple of shots on the temple at the top that you could take. Wow. It started off so well for Chili Mountain, and now it's an 0-2 in the best of 5, and a horrible position to be in on potentially the last map of this series. The boss is going to be taken now, and then they have to make a choice. Do they go for core, yes or no? I mean, first of all, okay, they're apparently not. Ah, well, it's actually Brightwing going back. Sorry. No, it's Sylvanas. So they're most likely not going to go for core. Yeah, but what else are you going to do then? The boss is taken, so it's going to travel through the bot lane. If you're not going to push with it, then you need to get something else on the map. And I guess we're going to see them pick up the remaining couple of shots up at the top. That's another 6. Lucio could have maybe waited that one out. They take the camp here as well. But they have map control right now. But of course, this is just going to buy them a little bit more time to establish that control. And with the camp that they're now claiming at the top right, they might be able to push for the top keep a little bit. Use Sylvanas, disable some of the structures and waves, and then just go for it. Oh, they want to time it around the next setup as well. Alright. It's a tough time, honestly. I mean, if you're a CCL fan right now and you root for Chili Mountain, then you are in a bit of a difficult spot. Now, there is already a level 20 talent now for Chromie, so we're going to see them with Unraveling. Camp is going to be taken around level 22. I mean, Illusion is currently just like chilling this one out. But with this wave, we're going to get the level 20 talents. So they're going to have it right now. This one, still waiting this out. Here comes the Holy Arena. Dragon becomes me. Probably Invisible Friends for Collusion over here. Actually, sorry. I went into Emerald Win, so it's going to be the Intensive Wins instead. But yeah, this is a tough one. I kind of expected them to be more aggressive now and take the camp and try and push for a keep. So I'm not quite sure what Simplicity is waiting for. Really just playing around the objective and playing the long game with that level 20 advantage? I'm not really sure you want to do that. Okay, Brightwing takes the camp and now they're going for the middle of the map. Sylvanas already doing her thing. Sylvanas! And, well, that's that. Horsty gets murdered. Slowing Sands and then just dead immediately. Brightwing comes in. Yeah. And they can, of course, disengage from here. But that was an anticlimactic engage. It was like, let's go, boys. And then Sylvanas dies within a second. Completely locked down and Hosty just sitting there. I mean, he didn't even use Bolt of the Storm, right? So he didn't get away from this. Now that's going to be 20 versus 20. All of a sudden, Chili Mountain is more or less back to business. This was bad. They were so far behind. That 2 level and level 20 advantage was huge. Now they still have the problem that the bottom keep is gone, but if we're honest, then this one doesn't look too healthy either. So if they can move in, they might be able to take it down eventually. Now they have control over the bell tower, or over the temple in the middle. And since Sylvanas isn't back yet, they're going to get a lot of free shots that will at least take the wall down. So it's a lot better than it was just 30 seconds ago. Hurrah! I mean, let's see where this is headed, but yeah. Wit tries to at least give the vision. Sylvanas is back, by the way. So it's a 5 versus 5 now. We're looking at a 5 versus 5. Cure is dead. Sylvanas is back, and there's the kill against D.Va. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. That's a stagger. That's a perfect stagger death right here. They need to try and keep Greymane alive. Nope. Yeah, Greymane down. That's the end of Lucio, and they're looking for the top with an attempt to take Maka and CPX down too. But all of a sudden, what started as a 4 versus 5 and looked like the perfect staggered kill against Simplicity is now turning again against the blue team. Chili Mountain is down a hero. They're losing out on the remaining shots, which means that the mid lane is being opened up. There's another camp on the bottom that they could now take too. Guess boss is going to be down for quite a lot of time. Yeah, within minutes, so it's not going to be an issue. But still, they are losing the ground again. Now, they didn't lose another big structure, so the game is not over yet. But still, that looked like such a good opportunity to make a bit of a comeback. And then they just get crushed again. A bit unfortunate from their perspective, I suppose. But let's see what Simplicity can do with it. Like, the problem with Simplicity is also, if they actually make it onto the core, if you have Holy Arena and you have that lineup, if you at any point can sneak in and then just drop your ults, you will do a lot of damage to that core. So maybe not the best thing to do when your opponent is on the map with 5, but you have to keep that in mind for any potential play they could make to raise that shit. And again, with 28 seconds on the boss and all the ults that we talked about previously, there's a huge chance for them to simply make a boss play and say like, yeah, we would be happy to fight you on the point. So, yeah, there we go. Bot lane, there's the Siege Giants, take another one, and they're waiting for the boss. And why wouldn't they? Chrome is already sniffing this one out and is like, yeah, what are you guys doing over here? Are you gonna try to take this? So, yeah, boss is out, and they could easily try... Like, look where the blue team is positioning themselves on the map. They immediately, as the boss spawns, are in the area. They have to be. If that's taken, it's gonna be lights out, and that allows Sylvanas to sneak up a little bit. It's all about vision at this point. Both teams are playing around vision. Once that Sylvanas knows that everybody is at the bottom of the map, there's no reason for her to not go onto that wave, burn that down, and maybe get some keep damage in. Now with the double temple activating, we have Darkmoke sitting down here, Cure sitting down here, double checking what's happening around the boss to make sure that Chili Mountain doesn't get this one either. And Brightwing with the global can now start to take shots up at the top. Everybody else is waiting for rotation. Maybe if someone sneaks past that they can attack and get some damage in. If not, then go for both of the temples. So there's like 3 hotspots on the map now that will become super important. Brightwing taking some freebie shots topside that attack the keep directly. Some shots taken in the middle. And Genji is looking to poke from the outside. They're isolating the backline already. Yeah, there we go. Brightwing comes in. Sanctification is out already. They go for the fruit fly, but they can't get the kill. Instead, we have the counter against Lucio. He goes down. Greymane also dead, as once again Lutano and Genji is popping off. Yep. There we have it. 1 kill, 2 kills, 3 kills, 4 kills. That is game. That is game. That is a 3-0 victory for Simplicity. Chili Mountain, therefore, has not only lost 2 matches in the first 2 playdays, they also didn't win a single map. Not one. 0-6 right now. Big shout out to Simplicity. Great play by them. And guys, let me know in the comments what you think of Chili Mountain. Do they have what it takes to bring it back at some point in this season? Or are they going to be the last team here in the standings? This is a rough start for them into the CCL. And I am not sure if they have what it takes to turn this ship around.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.